Hey, welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. I'm Malcolm Reed. Today we're doing some football food. Football season kicked off this past weekend. I've got something delicious for you. This one is a spicy buffalo chicken sandwich. I'm gonna grill some boneless, skinless thighs because you know I like that dark meat. We're gonna dip it in some good buffalo sauce, top it with some pepper jack cheese. It's gonna be spicy, it's gonna be saucy, and I got a little creamy sauce to finish it off. It's a little buffalo ranch. Y'all ready for it? Let's get to cooking. So y'all, this recipe is really easy. I'm using boneless, skinless chicken thighs. If you wanted to use white meat, you could, but trust me, this dark meat stays juicy, it's more forgiving, and it really has more flavor than the white meat. It makes a great little chicken sandwich. Now, I've just got a small pack today. If you're cooking for a crowd, hey, do 3 or 4 of these. And if they have any excess fat on them or anything on the edges, you can trim that off. I've already taken care of these. It's not a whole lot. That's why I like the boneless, skinless ones. So I'm gonna get some seasoning on these chicken thighs, and I'm just using my hot barbecue rub. If you've got a favorite chicken seasoning, it'll work right here. We want something that's got a little spice to it. It's got some flavor. It's gonna pop. It's gonna go with this buffalo sauce we're gonna dunk these in when they're done cooking. So I'm just gonna give them a nice little coating here. Gotta get both sides. We want seasoning all over it. And then I've got a little rack set up here, a cooling rack on a half sheet pan that I've lined in foil. So we're gonna take these thighs, just knock off the excess seasoning, and we're gonna place them right on this little cooling rack, how we want them to cook. That's gonna be perfect for the sandwich. We'll just go and knock the rest of these out. So I've got my Traeger Timberline fired up for this cook. I've got it running at 350 degrees, and I'm using some of the signature blend pellets. Let that smoker come up to temperature. It'll take it about 15, 20 minutes. Now for this recipe, I'm leaving these thighs right on the little raised rack. We're gonna get the lid closed, and we're gonna let them cook for about 30 minutes. So while our chicken's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and get our spicy buffalo sauce going. I've just got a little small muffin pan here, put a stick of salted butter in it. We're gonna throw it on the pit right beside our chicken. Got a bottle of your favorite hot sauce. Of course, I got Killer Hog's hot sauce. Put the whole bottle of hot sauce. Then I've got a teaspoon of granulated garlic, ground cayenne pepper, and red pepper flakes. That's gonna bring some heat to the party. We're just gonna pour it in for now. I'll come stir it up as that butter melts. Let's get the lid back closed so that chicken can cook. All right, so our chicken thighs have been on for about 30 minutes. Our sauce is looking good over here. That's what I want to see. They're not quite done. They need a few more minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and dunk them in our hot sauce. Once we get each of these little boneless, skinless thighs dunked in it, we're gonna let them finish off right here on the rack. They look good enough to eat just like this. Look at that goodness, it's dripping off there. About 5 more minutes. We'll come back out, dunk them again, and top them with some cheese. All right, it's time for the double dip, and then we're gonna cheese them. So we're gonna do the same thing. Right down in the spicy sauce, right back on the cooling rack, double dipped. That's what I'm talking about. Having it right in this little pan makes that easy. It's the perfect size for some chicken thighs. Now it's time to cheese them up. And you could use your favorite cheese here. I've just got some sliced pepper jack, kind of keeping that fire action going. I'm gonna lay them over the top, let them overlap. I want it all to be cheesy. It's gonna need just a few minutes to melt down. We'll be ready to build some sandwiches. Let's check on this cheese. Oh yeah, that's good and melted. Didn't even take 5 minutes. Use my spatula, lift that up a little bit. Got me a little full line sheet to set it on. And that's what I'm talking about. Melted cheese everywhere over that spicy chicken thigh. You know that's gonna make a sandwich. Let's get over to the cutting board. So to build these little chicken sandwiches, I've got some mini burger buns here. I just toasted them in the oven. It only took about 1.5 minutes on broil for those. So first thing first on the bun, I got a little special sauce. Now this one's kind of like a ranch dip that I jazzed up. Of course, it's got sour cream, mayo, little milk, ranch seasoning packet, but I hit it with some hot sauce and a little bit of Frank's dry seasoning. Kind of has a buffalo tone to it. We're gonna put some of that on the bottom bun first. You know, I like my ranch when I'm eating buffalo wings, so this is gonna go with it. And now we're going pickles down. I've got these thin restaurant style pickles. It's my favorite for a sandwich. Kind of reminds me of those Crystal burgers. 3 or 4 pickles each one. That looks good. If you got any extra ones, hey, that's a snack. Now we're ready for those spicy thighs. I'm just gonna grab them with a spatula here and go right on top of those pickles. Ooh, don't take all the cheese off. That looks good. I mean, look at that. Cheese is melted. oozing down. But I do like the way that pepper jack just kind of melted on top of each one of those chicken thighs. And I'm gonna add a little crunch right on top of each one. I've got some of these crispy jalapeno slices. We're just going over the top of them. As little or as light as you want. But I like the little crunchy element it gives. And I'm gonna top it off with a little more drizzle of that spicy ranch sauce we made. Top it with the bun. That is it. You know I'm fixing to try me one of these. I mean, look at that. Spicy chicken thigh in the buffalo sauce, pepper jack cheese, pickles, crispy jalapenos, the ranch buffalo sauce we put on top and on bottom. You know it's good. Now that's a sandwich I can get down on. The sauce on them tones the heat down, but the buffalo spice comes through. The chicken's tender, it's moist, it's juicy. You got the crunchiness. You don't need anything else in a chicken sandwich, and you can do these in 45 minutes. Man, I'm going back in. If you're out tailgating or y'all just cooking for your buddies, getting ready to watch the game at the house, you gotta make some of these little spicy chicken sandwiches. They're too easy and extra delicious. Cold beer time. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us here at HowToBBQRight. If you like what we're doing, subscribe to the channel. You know you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even TikTok. And Shell and I do a weekly podcast where we'll talk about this recipe, all the other fun stuff we're doing. Y'all check that out too. We'll see y'all next time. Chick-fil-A ain't got nothing on this, Shell. Can rock all night if the chicken's done right.